I don't know if you've heard, but Nintendo recently announced that they're releasing a localized and even slightly upgraded version of the original Fire Emblem, initially released on the Famicom exclusively in Japan. For a limited time. Damn you, Nintendo! Even still, it's cool that Nintendo is localizing what is, I'm sure in the eyes of most, a historic game. Though, of course, if you've been around the Nintendo fan community online at all, you know that Fire Emblem isn't exactly the, first most wanted Japan-exclusive game many have been asking for. And if you've been around my channel at all, you know that that game isn't nearly as high on my wish list as a certain other Japan-only game that kicked off one of my favorite franchises. Considering all this, I said to myself, why don't I just compile a list while I'm thinking of it? And so I have, and so here it is. Yeah. Number 1. Joy Mech Fight. Not my fighting robot Nintendo game of choice, but an interesting choice nonetheless. Joy Mech Fight's unique, multifaceted characters consisting of multiple sprites and pleasing backgrounds and color choices make it a standout title on the original NES. It'd be a neat game to see localized. Number 2. Glory of Hercules Sectilogy. Before doing some research for this video, I knew that the NES game Glory of Hercules had some direct sequels in Japan that the West didn't get. But I had no idea that it had 5. For those who don't know, Glory of Hercules is an RPG series set in mythical ancient Greece. The first game got a reimagining on DS, so the game probably has a small following that we just don't hear from too often. I can relate to their plight, and wish them all or any of the localized sequels they could hope for. Number 3. F-Zero X Expansion Kit. The first Nintendo 64 disc drive game on the list, but certainly not the last. F-Zero X Expansion Kit was mostly the same as the original release on the regular 64, but with a track editor and car customization. If Nintendo answers my prayers and brings back the F-Zero franchise on Switch, localizing X Expansion Kit wouldn't be a bad way to kick it off. Number 4. Captain Rainbow. A Wii game developed by Skip, the team behind Chibi-Robo, Captain Rainbow tells the story of an actor who portrays a superhero on TV that washes up on a strange island, populated by neglected or forgotten Nintendo characters of old, who were all in search of some magical wish-granting MacGuffin. Apparently it was never localized due to being a tad too raunchy for the Wii crowd. But in this day and age, Nintendo isn't so big on censorship, so it's totally plausible that they might finally localize this cult classic. Number 5. Mario and Wario. Upon conception, Wario was always destined to be a star. Nintendo were putting him in everything. One such game that we Westerners never got was this SNES mouse-utilizing puzzle game, whereby a fairy named Wanda must help guide Mario and friends from one end of a room to another, with buckets on their heads. Okay. Unlike Fire Emblem, which doesn't really require any special control method that helps justify a standalone release, Mario and Wario's cursor control would require some canoodling, with the gyro or the thumbsticks, to make it feasible on the Switch, of course. I don't know, I just think it's neat. Number 6. Tomato Adventure. Developed by Alpha Dream for the GBA, Tomato Adventure was Mario and Luigi before Mario and Luigi. Not like before the characters Mario and Luigi, but before the game series Mario and... well, you know what I mean. Alpha Dream has been defunct for a while now, so maybe there might be some trouble getting the rights or source code. But then again, maybe Alpha Dream's closure is the incentive Nintendo needs to localize Tomato Adventure so that they may officially and unquestionably scoop up the rights to this little, highly acclaimed yet region-locked title. Number 7. Mario Artist. Like Mario and Wario, it would need gyro in place of mouse control. Like F-Zero X Expansion Kit, it was a 64DD exclusive. Like hell, I need this game in English! This game is so much more than Mario Paint before it. It's got a wealth of modes and features to play around with that could keep people coming back to it indefinitely. If you need a demonstration of how much dumb fun and creative allowance is jam-packed into this little game, especially with friends, I highly recommend the Oni Plays playthrough. It's pure comedy gold.
Wait, can we finish this up with one last thing?
Yeah. You're blurred. If you logged into someone's game and found this, you
it's actually getting worse each time. Look at Peter Griffin.
That's scary.
It's becoming real.
Make that Doug your icon on Skype.
Well, move your mouse out.
You need to stop blurring it.
Move your mice.
I'm trying.
Leave it. That's
we
perfect.
can't move when you're clicking things.
That's awful. He's getting angrier. He's getting angry eyes. What is happening? Why is it doing that? Why does it look so scary?
There's a new face revealed.
Okay, stop it.
He's taking you into the dark.
Number 8. Densetsu No Stafy Trilogy. Did you play or have you heard of Legendary Starfy on the Nintendo DS? Did you know that that was the 4th game in the series? Yeah. There were 3 whole continuity-based and somewhat thematically heavy games released on the GBA. If you're interested in hearing more about these games, I recommend RPG Monger's video on the series. But for now, it's time to move on to a much more obvious pick. Number 9, Mother 3. This is it. The holy grail of Japan-only Nintendo games. And Nintendo knows it too. They've known since at least 2015. If any Nintendo game were to be localized and be a modest success at that, it would have to be Mother 3. People have played and enjoyed a fan translation for a long time, and we shouldn't stop appreciating those dedicated fans for providing that for us. But Nintendo, come on. So that we might show you how much we care about localization, the Mother series, and preserving legacy content in general, please, 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 give us Mother 3!
How about this instead?
Number 10, Custom-Robo and Custom-Robo V2. Ah, Custom-Robo. My old friend. We may never speak broadly about Nintendo or gaming in general on this channel without you being mentioned. The GameCube iteration was my introduction to the franchise, and one of only 2 games in this 5-game series to ever grace the other side of the pond. To experience the series start in English, and see anything Custom-Robo related come out of Nintendo aside from some spirits in Smash, would be an absolute dream come true for me. There's no Japan-exclusive game I want to see localized more. Not even Mother 3. But what about you? Did I mention your Japan-exclusive Nintendo game of choice? If I didn't, would you mind telling us what it is in the comments below? Or comment your favorite word that begins with the letter G, I really don't care. Just so long as we're engaging, right? You know why. And while I'm being transparent, whoa. Consider giving this video a like, subscribing to my channel if you aren't subscribed already, share it around if you feel so inclined, and follow my social medias, as linked in the description below. Speaking of things linked in the description below, it's time for... If you'd like to receive special benefits, which range from getting your name in the credits of my videos to being immortalized in your very own Talking Sock Sona, then pledge to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month, or as much as 10, which still isn't all that much. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you the next time I see you.